Why does XRP cost $20.00 a coin? Yes, Levi, how much does Ripple pay you every day to show XRP? I've been talking about XRP since it was worth 48 cents, so the answer is nothing. So you closed... Hey guys, I have a lot of really important things to talk about today. One of them is how I think XRP will soon beat Bitcoin on the charts like we did in November. Please keep in mind that this is not financial advice. I'm going to talk about how I see the markets for fun and educational reasons. With that out of the way, let me talk about what's going on, why I think XRP will beat Bitcoin, and what you can expect in these markets based on the information we have access to. First, the difference between US 5-year and 30-year bonds has widened to 1% for the first time since October 2021. What does this mean? Well, the markets are pricing in faster growth, higher inflation, and interest rates that stay high for longer. Okay, at first, people who don't know what's going on thought that the Federal Reserve would cut rates 5 times this year. Now it's maybe twice as often. Now it's clear that 5 cuts are very different from 2 cuts. Basically, this means that trillions of dollars will not be printed as much. This means that trillions of dollars will not be able to flow into stocks, cryptocurrencies, or real estate as easily. This is because the market will have less liquidity. There are still some very interesting things going on here though, like faster growth and higher prices, right? A lot more people will want to use Bitcoin because of these things. As we've seen recently, the price of a Bitcoin has gone over 110,000. It even went up to 111,000, and it stays above that line because people want to protect themselves from inflation. They want a safe way to handle money where they don't have to worry about their coins losing value. Bitcoin, gold, stocks, and real estate are all good choices. XRP and other coins are also good. A lot of money comes in for them too. Bitcoin prices go up, hit some really nice highs, and then slowly go back down. This is how crypto works and how that market works. And today you're going to learn something that will help you understand that. Okay. Having said that, it's very possible that Trump wants a recession. Now, why would someone want the economy to get worse? In fact, the government would want a decline for a lot of different reasons. First, it will help them bring down prices. Second, it will make treasury rates go down. Third, the trade imbalance will go down because of the tariffs. Fourth, it will make it possible for the federal government to lower interest rates, which is something he obviously wants. Finally, it will bring down the price of oil, which is a good thing that makes the world go around. Let's be honest. There you have it. If all of these things happen, Trump wants pretty much everything right now. People will put their money into risky products again if we're in a recession. I believe that gold and Bitcoin will once again be the best investments at this time, and yes, the trickle-down economics of crypto will be real. They'll be involved in this, and XRP will see a lot of that. Having said that, I do believe it is a good idea for us to see Bitcoin right now. Make sure you rock it. There's a lot of doubt. We don't know when the government will lower interest rates because of taxes. We don't know what will happen to the US economy. Since we're living in the past, we don't really know what inflation will look like, so people are protecting their bets. They say, it's fine, I'll keep my paper dollars, which we know Trump wants to weaken because he has told the whole world so. I'm happy to hold the US dollar. Either that, or I can just put it somewhere else where I know Trump won't try to weaken it on purpose. Gold, XRP, and Bitcoin. Very good examples. Why do I think this gold trend will be good for XRP? I've mentioned this a lot, but I haven't really given a full and clear report. I'd also like to take a moment to remember how the price of XRP changed in November. Okay, this is what the screen looked like in November. XRP was selling for 40 to 50 cents each coin. Then it went up very quickly and reached almost $3 per coin the next month, which was only 30 days later. But the events that led to this and what was going on with Bitcoin are very important to note. I'm going to scroll back up now. We are going to go all the way back to November, to the same time span. And what we can see is that after this, Bitcoin had a very big move right before XRP went up. It's clear that Bitcoin was very cheap in October 2023 when it was only worth $26,000. 0 cents per coin. Then it had a very big run up to $70,000, 0 cents per coin over the next year, all the way through 2024. In the time between October 2023 and August 2024, did XRP see any of this growth? No, it didn't really see any of it. Going back to XRP, we can see that it pretty much stayed the same during the same time period, except for a few times. You can see that it was moving around the same price, which was about 40 to 50 cents per coin. There were a few days when good decisions in the SEC case sent the price up 18%, but it would always drop back to around 48 cents and trade at 50 cents. However, XRP finally took off near the end of the year after Bitcoin had been selling at these high prices, 70,000 cents per coin for about 6 months. That money finally left Bitcoin and went into XRP, Solana, and other altcoins around the same time in November. And in general, there are two big runs up during altcoin bull run seasons. One at the beginning of the season, right? In short, this is what we saw from November to January. The price goes up, then stays high for a while, and then it goes down by about half, right? We reached a high point of 335 and then fell well below that at 165. Then we hit bottom and we're ready to rocket again. It looks like Bitcoin is now at a new all-time high. And people who are making money with Bitcoin will want to put that money somewhere at some point. What is the next step that makes sense? In this case, you want to look at the best altcoins, the ones with the most interesting stories and the most changes and new things happening for them. You want to put it there. That's just what I think. That's what whales do all the time, and I have a lot of proof and backing for it. As I said, whales are getting ready to do this, and I'll show you guys soon. That being said, I want to quickly remind everyone that if you want to learn how to trade and make money, you can join my crypto trading group and see all of my deals. Because my trades have made me more than 260% in the last 60 days. If you join, which is free, you can see every trade I make and every trade I sell, as well as my full trade history and all of my positions. Click on the Crypto Crusaders link below. Now, let's talk about whales and other things. Another funny thing is that CZ said he was sorry for people who sold Bitcoin for $77,000 each. I'd like to tell you of something. Some people said that the price of Bitcoin at $77,000 a coin marked the peak of the bull run. That's it. There will be no more events. XRP is worth 48 and 50 cents. It won't go up ever. I was here for 2 years. During this time, I was making movies all the time, and now we're here. The price of one XRP coin is over $2.00. It's almost $2.50 now, which is a lot more than that. It's gone through the roof, which means that the amount of XRP being traded is going to rise quite a bit, right? XRP is one of the most traded cryptocurrencies on many platforms, even more so than Bitcoin and Ethereum. To trade XRP with a lot of other people is a great sign, but what whales do is more important than that. Now we'll talk about where the real money is going. This is where smart money is going. We can see that XRP whale action shows that the market is very confident. In the last 24 hours, whales have moved more than 640 million XRP, which shows that the market is once again moving upwards. They're moving, dealing, and getting ready. It's clear that smart money is moving around. Smarter investors are slowly putting some of their Bitcoin gains into altcoins, including XRP.